road accidents are costing us over 11,000 lives a year and 3% of our gross domestic product.
Now, what is the capacity of the state to maintain its own roads? Because taking these things out to tender opens the door for extortionists who have got no interest in maintaining our roads, but they just want business interest in tenders.
What is the approach will the department take to ensure that way bridges are functional and that the law enforcement is deployed?
Can you commit today that starting from the 1st of December, all the major roads that have many accidents will be policed 24/7?
Many empty promises have been made to the taxi industry, and this is a very critical black-owned industry in public transportation. What is the rollout plan?
If you or I were to take a loan of 800,000, we would be paying.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. We now move to question 313, which has been asked by the Honourable N. Maduna to the Minister of Transport. The question is about the steps taken by the department and its entities to enhance rail and road safety and intensify awareness. Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member. Research conducted in 2014 into the causes of fatal road crashes revealed that human error, including distractions such as texting while driving, inexperience, speeding, jaywalking, and drunken driving, was responsible for 73% of accidents, the condition of roads and the environment for 12%, and vehicle factors for 14% of accidents. A study of the report of the Road Safety Regulator 2023-2024 reveals a similar pattern with human factors causing over 65% of accidents reported. What these statistics suggest is that a focus on changing human behavior, coupled with better monitoring and enforcement of both road and rail regulations, would significantly reduce accidents. Current safety strategies include promoting responsible user behavior, repair, maintenance, and construction of infrastructure, delivering effective safety management, improving the quality of accident data and knowledge management, and ensuring better first responders to accidents. If we are to honestly reflect on our implementation of our road safety strategies, I think, Honourable Member, we would need to agree that our approach is both uneven and inconsistent, with the Road Traffic Management Corporation indicating that it is difficult to get cooperation both amongst government and non-governmental entities. Accordingly, the Transport Ministry is of the opinion that it is necessary to review the implementation of the current road accident and rail strategies with a view to putting more emphasis on consistent awareness campaigns through media, direct outreach, and advertising to change public behavior, maximizing the visibility of law enforcement officers and working towards ensuring policing on a 24-hour, 7-day basis, working with provinces to extend the use of road monitoring technology to high accident zones on provincial roads, working with provinces to standardize and improve road incident management systems in response to accidents and their aftermath, and improving the coordination between government departments and civil society so that we work together at every level to change behavior, promote safety, and overcome fragmentation. I thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable N. Maduna.
Ngiyabonga, Somlo. My follow-up question to the capable Minister with more than 20 years experience in executive is that what is the approach will the department take to ensure that way bridges are functional and that the law enforcement is deployed to ensure that road safety is complied with to improve road safety? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member. I think that there are three strategies that we are employing. The first is the construction and upgrading of existing way bridges on the N1, N3 and N4 to the value of 500 million rand, which SANRAL is currently undertaking. The second is to improve self-regulation amongst the trucking industry through the promotion of a national overload strategy. And thirdly, to work with provincial governments to assess all way bridges that are under the control of provincial road authorities and assist provinces to develop a plan to gradually upgrade and ensure that these way bridges are in a good state of repair. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable CHH Hansinga.
Thank you, Speaker. Minister, the data in the yearly RTMC State of Road Safety reports is based solely on fatal crashes, ignoring injuries and associated crashes with no fatalities. These reports, therefore, do not reflect reality, and the data used is not entirely representative. In the Railway Safety Regulator records both deaths and injuries in rail safety reports. However, derailments are responsible for approximately 30% of rail incidents, which is a cause for alarm. How, Minister, are you going to fix this?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much. Honorable Hansinga, I think we can agree that whatever measurement you use, road accidents are costing us over 11,000 lives a year and 3% of our gross domestic product. Better enforcement and better public education will give us a much better outcome. I think the current situation where we only do sustained public education at the time of the festive season and over long weekends doesn't consistently change driver behavior. Similarly, a situation where we only have regular monitoring of our roads during those periods also doesn't ensure that we have proper enforcement. And that is why I'm putting the emphasis on ensuring that we are monitoring and enforcing 24/7, 7 days a week. And this is a matter that we have to work with provincial authorities on. With regard to rail, the primary cause of derailment is the bad state of our rails and the lack of signalling. And we have to undertake substantive investments in our rail network in order that we can avoid these derailments and we can restore signalling. And this is one of the reasons why we require third-party participation together with government financing to improve the state of our rail infrastructure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable TTS Kupega.
Ngiyabonga Sihlalo uhloniphekile. Honorable Minister, what is the department's strategy to reduce level crossing accidents? And what is the department's budget provision in the medium-term expenditure framework to deal with level crossing accidents? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Kubeka. I will give you the budget allocation. I don't know that offhand, but I do know that the Rail Safety Regulator works with communities, with scholar transport vehicles and with other public transport vehicles to try and highlight the importance of obeying safety rules at level crossings. Because one of the things we understand is that communities and drivers have got used to the fact that there haven't been trains operating and they take chances on level crossings. And I think that in the past year we've seen 2 terrible tragedies with scholar transport vehicles on level crossings. I think it's next week or the week after, the portfolio committees of transport and education are having a joint meeting so that we can talk about promoting safety on scholar transport vehicles, which is fundamental if we're going to save the lives of our children. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. The last supplementary question will be asked by the Honourable Blose.
Thank you very much, House Chair. Now, Minister, you say that part of the research that you've been doing says that the quality of our roads actually contributes to the accidents on the roads. Now, what is the capacity of the state to maintain its own roads? Because taking these things out to tender opens the door for extortionists who have got no interest in maintaining our roads, but they just want business interest in tenders. Does the state have its own capacity to maintain its own road and rail safety?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member. SANRAL has got extensive road development and road maintenance projects which are well executed and generally fairly well managed from a project management perspective. Where I think we have a lot of difficulties is with regard to the use of the provincial conditional grant. And there we have 2 problems. The one problem is, as you say, problems with project management and involvement of those who would be seeking opportunities in an illegal manner in road construction. But we also have a problem with regard to minor works, that many municipalities and provincial road construction authorities no longer have yellow fleet. We are in the process of establishing a working group with SALGA. And part of the purpose of that is to make sure that we effectively utilized the municipal infrastructure grant to manage municipal roads better, and also to apply to National Treasury for permission to utilize that grant to purchase yellow fleet so that minor maintenance works can be done in-house. Thank you very much.
Question number 296 has been asked by the Honourable Ghana to the Minister of Transport. The question is about steps the department is taking to improve public transportation safety, particularly in underserved areas, and to address rising taxi and bus accidents. Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honourable Ghana. The public transport strategy provides a broad framework for the development of sustainable transport systems through integrated planning and aims to involve both provinces and municipalities in improving public transport connectivity and making sure that factors like transport availability, travel time, frequency of connections, and accessibility to key destinations are available to those both in urban and outlying areas. From the perspective of our department, we also believe that a cheap, reliable and safe rail system must form the backbone of the transport system for both people and goods. The Honourable Member would be aware that rail and station infrastructure were severely damaged during the COVID-19 pandemic, and the Passenger Rail Agency of South Africa has begun important work on recovering 31 out of 40 priority lines and almost 300 stations which are being returned to service. The revitalization of the passenger rail system will mean that more affordable and safe public transport options are available to working people who already spend a large portion of their income on transport. Ongoing maintenance of our national, provincial and municipal roads is also vitally important in the quest for creating safer driving conditions for buses, taxis and in fact all motorists. In this regard, SANRAL is currently busy with major upgrades on the N2 and the N3 aimed at decongesting these roads, as well as on the infamous Moloto Road that has taken a heavy toll of human life over the decades. As I already mentioned in the previous question, we are setting up a working group with SALGA to support municipalities to access and utilize the municipal infrastructure grant for road maintenance and for the purchase of yellow fleet. We are currently reviewing the National Road Safety Strategy to make sure that it is fit for business and that it ensures that we change driver behavior, and we also ensure that traffic policing becomes a 365-day job. Effective public education will actively involve all actors in the transport sector, including bus and taxi owners, operators, and drivers, all of whom must take greater responsibility for their behavior. Discussions are ongoing with provincial and municipal authorities to see that the policing of our roads is done on a 24-hour basis, as the periods during which most accidents occur are early in the morning, late at night, and of course on weekends. The taxi recapitalization strategy is also being reviewed, as the taxi industry have informed the department that the scheme is unaffordable for their members. Making vehicle finance readily available to taxi drivers and owners will remove unroadworthy vehicles from our roads and ensure compliance with licensing authorities. I thank you.
The first supplementary question will be asked by the Honourable Garner.
So, Minister, thanks for your commitment in terms of the 24/7 traffic policing. So we do know that given the high number of people that are using public transport during the festive season, can you commit today that starting from the 1st of December, all the major roads that have many accidents will be policed 24/7 so that we reduce the number of lives that we lose on our roads during the festive season? Thanks very much.
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honourable Garner. What I can commit today is we're in the process of developing a festive season road safety strategy, and part of that strategy involves the utilization of the significant force of traffic officers that are stationed at the RTMC. Once we have Cabinet permission for that strategy and for the utilization of those officers to patrol relevant roads, we will inform the public further. Thank you very much.
The second supplementary question will be asked by the Honourable Sitole.
Thank you, Honourable Chairperson. Minister, what mechanism did the department put in place to deal with unfinished construction and vandalized railway infrastructure? If any information, can you give us the relevant information? Thank you.
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much. I think that's a new question, but let me just say that recently we gave a whole report to the National Council of Provinces on a range of road construction projects in province and within the SANRAL group that had not been completed, and the remedial measures that we were implementing in that regard. We are happy to share that report with the Honourable Member, and I think I've already spoken about the work we're doing both in Transnet and in PRASA to recover rail that was vandalized during the COVID pandemic. Thank you very much.
The third supplementary question will be asked by the Honourable Matlala.
Thank you. To the Minister, the question is as follows. Many empty promises have been made to the taxi industry, and this is a very critical black-owned industry in public transportation. In terms of your revised recapitalization plan aimed at improving safety and reliability of public transportation, what is the rollout plan, and also what is the subsidization plan? Thank you.
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honourable Madlala. I think the fundamental problem in the current taxi recapitalization program is that the repayments that drivers have to make are excessive. If you or I were to take a loan of 800,000, we would be paying on average between 4,000 and 5,000 a month in repayment. But the average repayment that taxi drivers are making on these vehicles is somewhere in the region of between 18,000 and 22,000 a month. And the consequence of that is that drivers are not able to earn enough to fully cover those repayments, and they fall rapidly into default. This is a matter that we are discussing with the industry itself, because the industry itself is interested in positioning itself as an intermediary in the process with the aim of reducing the fees. We haven't done enough work yet, but that is where we are aiming ourselves, because unless we get those repayments down for drivers, my view is that this process is going to result in the endless repossession of vehicles and indebtedness and blacklisting of drivers. Thank you very much.
The last supplementary question will be asked by the Honourable Swart.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Honourable Minister, arising from your response, the ACDP shares your deep concerns expressed about the high numbers of accidents involving taxis and buses, and you alluded to the 11,000 fatalities and the loss of 3% of GDP. And this is totally unacceptable, and we as the ACDP, we trust and pray that your initiatives will succeed to reduce these figures. Have you considered, where you indicated involving broader society in change in behavior, have you considered involving faith-based organizations such as churches, firstly to speak about change in behavior of drivers, and secondly to pray for the safety of our drivers and passengers on the roads? I thank you.
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member. Indeed, when we speak about public education and partnerships with civil society, we would see the faith-based sector as being crucial to get the message across to the public that certain forms of behavior, which I listed in my initial response, are not appropriate when one is behind the wheel of a car. And we are firmly convinced that the faith-based sector can partner with us in assisting us to achieve our objectives. If we want to change driver behavior, the message is going to have to go out all the time through every forum. And we think that obviously the congregational nature of many of the key religions in South Africa offers us an appropriate forum for utilizing that message. Thank you very much.